Hey guys, it's Heather Washburn here with Linking Locally, and I have Thomas C. Martin of the Martin Heritage Group here with me today. How are you doing, Thomas?
I'm doing phenomenal. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So I wanted to take a little moment to introduce you to the community. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your business.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a wealth manager here in the Denver area, based in the Denver Tech Center. I've been in the banking business for roughly about 22 years on the securities and insurance side for the last 12. Recently started my firm about three and a half years ago, and I'm doing business in about 12 states. There's three things that my company does. We help clients income plan, we help them protect their assets, and then we also help them grow their assets. One of my mantras is sustaining, protecting, and growing. So looking just to connect and help more people out throughout the community.
And so tell me, what exactly is a financial advisor? When would I go seek you out?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a couple of different phases that you would want to have a conversation with a financial advisor. Definitely do during the accumulation phase. A lot of us, we don't want to be working the rest of our lives. So it's important for us to have strategies on how we accumulate our wealth. So I work with clients in that phase as well. The next phase is distribution. When you're retiring, how does that money look, and how long does your money last you? That's probably one of the biggest concerns for most retirees is if they're going to run out of money. So I help clients in both phases, and that's in different capacities. Meaning that if they're looking to open up IRAs, or they're looking to invest, and they want some strategies on how to do that, I help them out with that. So I give them that financial advice, and then also on the back end, when they're done working and they're done accumulating, they seek a financial advisor out to help them to continue the longevity of their money.
And when do you feel like it's smart to start looking at your finances?
Right away. Right away. In fact, I have a client, 18 years old.
Perfect.
Out of the gate, his parents, I work with the parents, said, Thomas, we want to open up our child an IRA so that he can start saving right away because time is on his side. The longer you wait, the more difficult it can be for you to get to where you're trying to get to financially. So the sooner the better. I tell everybody, if you can start your kids out at 18, get them conditioned to investing, it's definitely going to benefit them in the long run. A lot of times in most states, it's becoming a thing now. They don't teach kids about finances.
I would agree with that statement. Yes.
For sure. So a lot of people get out of college, they burn up their 20s, they get into their 30s, and they just start saving, and sometimes they don't, and they wait into their 40s and they're behind the 8 ball, and they're thinking about retiring then, which is okay, but at the same time, if you had started 10, 15 years earlier, you'll be in a better position financially in your 40s and not have to be trying to save as aggressively as you would be if you had not started saving in your early 20s.
And so do you offer education pieces to your clients then so that they can kind of understand what those benefits are and essentially understand what their portfolio even means?
Absolutely, I do. That's actually how I started my business several years ago. Prior to me becoming an actual full service financial firm, I did a lot of general financial literacy seminars, and I did them around the Midwest. I toured churches, and I went in and I taught classes about, what's a Roth IRA, what's a traditional IRA, what's a life insurance policy, what's an annuity, how do you diversify your tax strategies, just general things like that. I actually do a course right now as needed, for groups if they want me to come in and talk about finances. So I think, yes, in every conversation that I have with my clients, there's always going to be an education piece. I think that's important. I'll never ever try to sell or promote something that my clients don't really understand. So education is a major component of how I talk to my clients.
Which I think is very important, especially like what you were saying, where we're not necessarily learning about financial literacy early on unless it's coming from the home. So being order to have a professional, I guess I would say, that you could trust to help educate you through that process is very important in your industry.
Yes, it's very vital. As more, when you're looking at the markets today, there's a lot of volatility. People are thinking about investing, in doing the right thing is what's important. So I think education is vital, because you can put your money in a market. There's a lot of what we call them, retail investors, if you will. They put their money in the markets, and they can lose substantially. So just being educated, for instance, even on diversification is important, so that you don't put yourself in a situation where you're gambling and you're losing, consistently in the market. So for sure, education is important.
So tell me, I know this might be a little hot topic for us here.
Mm-hmm.
So how, I guess, what is your outlook on the Colorado housing market currently?
Yeah, that's a big deal, right? Nationwide, we know that the markets are incredibly hot. Home prices are 20 to 30% over the appraisal values, are going for that rather. People are buying those homes. I think that there's a constriction on supply here. There's not enough homes to go around for all the buyers, so that's impacting the buyers. The prices are going up. I think what's happening now, though, with the interest rates going up and the Fed coming out raising the interest rates, it's going to constrict the actual mortgages, if you will, or the money that's flowing out into the markets, which will have an effect on actual buyers. So you might see the prices come down. You might see a normalization of prices on homes, but still, as the influx of people came to Colorado, there's still a shortage. And because
the fires.
What's that?
The fires,
yes,
right?
The
but
fires.
we have 30,000 displaced Coloradoans from that, so we
sure.
already have excessive low inventory.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
yes.
For sure. And in addition to that, if there's not enough, if there's not enough actual supply in the market for homes, that has a trickle effect on renters, because people are going to be looking to rent. And now you see the rents go up because people are moving into apartments. And I think it was on the news the other day, well, it might be commonplace to have two families living in a house or an apartment because the rents are just going to be too high and unsustainable for people to afford. So that's kind of my take on the rent, on the actual housing industry, for sure.
Perfect, thank you. And tell me now, what drives and motivates you to do this, do what you do?
I enjoy helping people. I think that's the number one thing that really drives me, is being able to have satisfaction in knowing that I impacted somebody's life positively. And that could be financially, or just even from a conversation in regards to giving them education on a certain component of my space. But I would say personally, my goal this year is to help 100 people. It's not a financial goal. It's actually a personal goal that I want to help 100 people this year. I think I'm probably around 40 right now. So I think I'm tracking all right. I'm tracking all right. So yeah, but that drives me. Educating people drives me. Accomplishments drive me as well. What have I done to impact the communities? That drives me as well. So those are a few different things, but helping is the number one deal.
And what would your clients say do they love the most about your business and about working with you?
I would say probably by far communication. I think that's probably one of the biggest deals. I've been in this business for a while. With most people, sometimes when things go awry in the market, they may not hear from their advisor, or they can't get a hold of their advisor. But I would say probably the number one deal is communication. Being able to communicate. My clients can reach out to me, they can call me, they can text me, and I'm really good at getting back to them within 24 hours. If it's an emergency situation, I'm there for them. So I would say that's probably the biggest deal for me.
Well, Thomas, if you would go ahead and please let everyone know how they can reach out to you and how they can contact you if they have any questions or if they're seeking out a financial advisor.
For sure. Definitely, you can reach me at martinheritagegroupllc.com. That's my website. You can even give me a call, 651-503-6064. You can email me, info@martinheritagegroupllc.com. I'm on all social media platforms at Martin Heritage Group LLC. So you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook. I think we do pretty well on the internet. So,
yes, very well. And Thomas, is there any events that you have coming up or anything? Maybe we can go to your website and check out some.
I would say yes. Please check out my website. Subscribe to my newsletter, my blog post, and when events come up, I would definitely communicate those to you, and they'll always be on my website as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you,
It was
Heather.
such a pleasure to speak with
Sure.
you. And we will see you next time on Linking Local. Bye,
Absolutely.
guys.